Okay, this is a quick demonstration of the workflow that I figured out for using the SWYC. So first, the data import for the SWYC. You click the Screenings tab, click SWYC, you click this little pencil, and then hopefully either the provider or the medical assistant would not need to type this in because the parent would have already submitted it either on MyChart or via the iPad. But I will just fill out some sample data for us to be able to review. Okay, next. Oops, sorry. You would open up the smart set. For this 14-month-old, we would, do a 12-month well care. Add the note. Instead of the ASQ under other orders, you would click the SWYC. And then the provider, when they're going through and filling out the note for the drop down under developmental screen performed, they would click the SWYC. And then it inputs the data, like for example, it shows that the developmental status needs review. The baby pediatric symptom checklist shows the different parts it needs review for. I think one thing that could happen is a provider sees, developmental status needs review. I think the next step would be to go and look at the screenings tab and see what exactly was marked that was abnormal. And then I know it doesn't delineate exactly what is speech or gross motor or whatever, but I think the questions kind of hint at that as well. I would remind everyone that when we refer for a developmental evaluation through ECI, they do a comprehensive developmental evaluation. We could also, the providers could also look at what was abnormal about the baby pediatric symptom checklist or the pediatric symptom checklist in the older ages. Some things that I will also note is that the family questions, for example, do you have concerns about your child's learning or development? Those don't show up on the note, and none of the family questions do either. So I think either we would have to get this smart link updated to include this data so it's in the note for us to review, or I guess the providers could just be trained to go and review this data.